Welcome to LexV Designs. Today we're going to be learning how to make this sleeve. Very simple. As fine as it looks, it's so simple, but it's still fine and it makes you look so beautiful in your gown. So let's get right into the video. So for the sleeve, I've already cut out the basic sleeve for the upper part of the sleeve. We've made countless videos on how to make the sleeve. So I'll just go ahead and cut the down part of the sleeve. Now for this, I have turned it with my lining already. For this sleeve, the width I used is 9. I used half inch for the downside and half inch for the upper side. I will explain. Now I'll use this half inch for the downside for my elastic. Now for the width, the length of the length of the sleeve, I have 51. Now this 51, by the time I have gathers at the top, everything will so reduce to my normal arm length. So this is the upper part of the sleeve. I'm going to be running my stitches on this side and then join it to this upper side. Okay, don't forget that for this is the settings of your machine. So this is how it came out when I finished running my stitch. I just ran my stitch now, so I'll just go ahead and sew with half inch down straight to the end of this particular fabric. So I'll be sewing that. While I'm at that, I can just be pulling my gathers, the way we have done this gathers stuff several times. You just pull the thread at the end and then pull continuously till you get to the midpoint and then pull from the other end. So this is what you will continue doing. When it's okay, you can now go ahead to stitch two of them together. So before that, I'll be running half inch down for my elastic because this sleeve is going to have an elastic. So I'm still trying to pull together my gathers, and then don't forget the half inch. So this is how it looks. I've already made run a stitch for my half inch. This is for my elastic. Now this is also at the top. I used half inch, so at the end I have 8 for the width. Sorry, for the length. So this is the upper part of my sleeve. I will get the midpoint of the sleeve and then I will notch it because I'll be using it for this. I'll be attaching it to this lower part that I've already had these gathers on. So I'll get the midpoint of this upper side and the midpoint for the downside, and then I'll either pin them together or just run my stitches straight. But you can pin it so that it doesn't shift. So I'll just run from the left, from the midpoint to the left, and from the midpoint to the right. But if you pin it, you can just run from one edge to the other, so that it doesn't. You just avoid mistake. That's the most important thing. All right. Anyway, mistake is part of learning. So this is it. Here, I've already joined the upper part and the lower part of the sleeve together. Don't forget, I've not put my elastic. This is still without my elastic and I've not joined it yet to the cloth, but I'll join it first before I put my elastic, because that elastic is kind of the last thing that I'll be doing, so that I can just join it together and stitch up my sleeve. Alright, so this is my armhole for the top for the dress. So this part, I will get to my shoulder. At this point where I have this line on my shoulder, I will take the midpoint I marked for this upper sleeve, this part, and then pin it together this way. Run the stitch from this midpoint to the left and midpoint to the right, so that I completely sew them without any remaining part. So this is what I'm doing now. So you can just pin it to avoid mistake. but mistake is part of learning, especially in sewing. So I'll just do that, and this is it. So I have already done this. I've attached the sleeve to the rest of the dress. So I'll be adding my elastic here now. And this is so easy. From this end, you know the two ends are open. From this end, I will put my elastic, and I pinned my elastic with a safety pin. To get this done, you need a safety pin. So this is it. Because the casing is small, I have to take a very small safety pin. You can use a bigger one if you have a bigger, case, elastic case. So I'm just running through, I'm passing the elastic through this opening, this case that I just made. I'll just do that quickly. So while I'm at this, if you're yet to have subscribed to my YouTube channel, kindly subscribe, like, and turn on your notification bell so that you'll be notified every time I upload a video. Alright, now getting back to this video, I have already finished, and the elastic is safely in the case. You see the way it is, and make sure that when you have this, it doesn't get too tight for the person, so that the person will not end up having marks all over the person's body because the person has an elastic. So just do this with a measurement, especially just add a little, remove some things from the sleeve, the arm, the sleeve, then stitch it up this way from the back. Make sure that you secure the end, that so it doesn't lose, or once it loses, you start from the beginning. So you have to secure the end, especially this side. Now that I have my safety pin, it's either that you sew on your machine or use that safety pin to secure it while you run your thread through that part, or from this top down to where you have your sleeve to your armhole. And that's it. This is so easy to make, and look at the way it came out. It comes out very fine, very beautiful. And the elastic, make sure that it's not too tight so it doesn't hurt the person, or the person gets it's kind of stressful when you have something tight discomforting you. So this is all. Kindly stay tuned for more videos. Subscribe, like, and turn on your notification bell. Thank you.